guess what? I'm finally back on the road again. Ha ha ha. That's right. Ever since moving to Death Valley, I haven't really felt free to travel around like I used to. And oh my gosh, I've mentioned it a bunch of times in my videos. It was really starting to wear on me. You know, I just love exploring this great, big, beautiful country of ours. And even though I love Death Valley's awesome, all kinds of cool stuff to check out there, well, I was getting pretty bored just hanging around Death Valley. And I was also getting pretty hot. I think Death Valley, Furnace Creek was like 120 degrees Fahrenheit the other day. Wasn't as hot where I live, but it was still hot. And so I thought, why not set off on an expedition? And not just any expedition. I'm on a mega expedition. I've actually been out for 12 days already. And I'm not planning to go home for another 2 or 3 weeks. Oh my gosh. Yeah, altogether I was planning to be gone for about 5 weeks. I had a very ambitious itinerary. I was going to go all the way up to Seattle and visit my little sister and then make my way back down along the coast. And well, you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Well, it didn't exactly work out like that, or I should say it's not exactly working out like that. But that's okay, because it's totally working out great. You can see I'm camping as always in my trusty steed, my beautiful white 4Runner. And well, yeah, it's all set up the way I always have it set up. Nothing new there. And before setting out on this trip, I did dither a bit about whether or not I should bring this new 12-volt refrigerator I got. If you watched the video I made a few weeks ago, well, it was really kind of a product review video, so a lot of you probably didn't watch it because you thought it was just product placement, but it was actually sincere. I was honest in the video. I had got this 12-volt refrigerator. The company gave it to me for free in exchange for making a video. And so I took it out on a trip for about, I think I was only gone 3 or 4 days that time. But I didn't really know what I was doing on that trip. I didn't pack it full. I didn't put frozen ice blocks in it to begin with. Like, there's things you can do to minimize the amount of time that the compressor has to turn on in one of those refrigerators. And well, it doesn't really use any power unless the compressor is running. So the less the compressor runs, the less power it uses. I didn't know any of that. I didn't even realize I was going to have to strap it down when I first left home on that trip. It was bouncing around while I was going down this bumpy dirt road. My poor 12-volt cooler was going all over. So I figured out pretty quick that I needed to start ratchet strapping it down. So that's what I do. I put a blanket over the top of it too. I'm not sure that does anything to help insulate it, but I thought, you know, why not? And so when I'm traveling, I put these 2 straps on it and I tighten it down real good so it stays put. And then when I'm driving, I have it plugged in to, well, I keep it plugged into a big Jackery battery bank. And so while I'm driving, I have the Jackery battery bank charging. And then when I get to where I'm camped, or if I get someplace where I want to go hiking or something in the middle of the day, well, to keep the Jackery from draining down, I brought solar panels. This is a 100-watt panel that Jackery gave me, actually. I'm lucky, man. These companies just give me this stuff. I got the Jackery battery bank. I'll show you that. I got this for free, too. Oopsie, I just unplugged my panel, dang it. I got this battery bank for free, and then they gave me the panel for free, and, well, it'll show you in a minute just how much power I'm getting out of those panels. Look at that, 48 watts coming in, 0 watts going out. It shouldn't be 0. It should be at least, I feel like even when the compressor's not running, the fridge draws at least a few watts. Let me see. Oh, no, it is on. I have it set kind of high, 41 degrees. This is actually a refrigerator and freezer. The bulk of it is a big freezer compartment, and then there's a little fridge compartment off to the side. I don't know. I just keep the whole thing set. Well, I had it at like 32, 33 for most of the trip, but I'm out of food now, which is why, well, as soon as I'm done shooting this video, I'm heading into the nearest town to resupply. And I got to go get a hotel room, wash my hair. My hair is real funky. I haven't washed it in a week. And then I got to take advantage of the Wi-Fi to upload videos. So the cooler is pretty much empty right now. There's some drinks in it, some hard seltzers. And that's pretty much about it. So that's why I have it bumped up to 41. so that I can charge this Jackery up faster, which this, I'm here to tell you, this 100 watt panel, I think it's a 100 watt panel. Let me just make sure before I go talking out of my butt. Yeah, it's a 100 watt Solar Saga 100. And I'm not sure what that means. It says output 100 watts / 18 volts. I'm not a technically minded person, so I'm guessing it puts out 100 watts. What? In an hour? I mean, what did I say it was doing right now? 37 watts. So does that mean if it was like super sunny, it would be drawing 100 watts or producing 100 watts? I'm not sure. I don't know what that means. All I know is it's working pretty well. I've been able to keep my battery topped up plenty to power my fridge and my cell phone. And I used it for my laptop. I had to power my laptop up, charge that once. I got an amazing battery. I got a new MacBook Pro a while ago, and that battery is amazing, man. It'll last forever. So I've only had to charge my laptop once. But this little guy, in conjunction with that Jackery, seem to be able to meet most of my power needs. Now, I also have my cell signal booster that I use sometimes. I'm not using it here because there's 0 signal to begin with. Well, that's not true, actually. I do have a few bars of 1G, like regular cell, no 4G. The cell signal booster, if I plugged it in here, I don't even know if it would help. I feel like you have to have at least a little bit of 4G for that to even work. So I didn't bother with it here tonight. I mean, I don't really need to check my email that bad today, especially since I'm going into town. But anyway, there have been some places where I did use my cell signal booster, and that draws kind of a lot of power. So I brought a second little tiny Jackery just dedicated for that, and so I charge that separately. So all of that was just to say that I'm figuring these things out as I go along, but it's been really nice to have that 12-volt refrigerator because I've had fresh leafy greens every night for dinner, and avocados, tomatoes, pico de gallo, all that stuff. And it's really nice when you're on the road because you don't want to be eating that, that junk food. Which is what I did yesterday, actually. I mean, I was very good. Like I said, I've been on the road now for 12 days, and I've only had really 2 cheat meals, okay? When I first left, I came through Death Valley, and I did a very, very, very challenging hike because I kind of got lost. It was rugged terrain. I was bushwhacking. There was no trail. I think I ended up hiking something like 13, 15 miles, and I was wiped out after that, so even though I was only, I think at that point I was 3 days into the trip, I went and got asada fries at the burger barn in Bridgeport, California. Oh, they're the best asada fries I've ever had. It was so good. It actually took me 2 days to eat them. That's a first for me. Normally I'll just huff that down real quick. But that death hike I went on, man, it really took everything out of me. It was the closest I've ever come actually to I'm not going to say dying, but seriously running into issues hiking in the desert. Because, it's a long story, and I made a whole video about it that's going to be uploaded eventually. But it took me way longer than I thought to get to this thing I was going to. And I basically ran out of water, and I was dehydrated, and I was just exhausted. And it killed my appetite for like 2 days. So it took me 2 days to finish those asada fries. But then, I was good again after that. I did have a bowl of veggie chili one day at Bruno's in Gerlach, Nevada, but it was just a small bowl. So I didn't count that as a cheat meal. It was a vegetarian chili, But I did cheat again yesterday. I won't say exactly where I am, but I came down, if you're familiar with the very, very remote northwestern corner of Nevada. There's a little town, it's actually in Oregon, just above the Nevada border, called Field Station, and they're famous for their burgers and their shakes. And, the idea came to me about 4 or 5 days ago. Oh, if I go this way, I can stop at Field Station and get a cheeseburger. Because, I'm eating very healthy vegetarian here on the road in my car. Like I said, avocado, greens, beans, grains. I've been eating a ton of those little Tasty Bite, boil in the bag, beans and rice that very generous viewers sent me. So I appreciate that. I'm actually kind of running low. I'm going to have to get some more for... Well, I have enough to last me on this expedition, but I'm planning to go on another big expedition later in the summer, and so I'll need to resupply on Tasty Bites for that. Anyway, I've been eating super healthy. I thought, why not? I'm going to cheat and go to Field Station and get a burger and a shake. And to be honest, I was looking forward to the shake more than the burger because I love ice cream. But wouldn't you know it, this crazy cold front blew in. Okay, I was pretty hot some places I camped on this trip so far, but then a couple days ago when I was still up in Oregon, this crazy cold front blew in and it rained all day and it got down to like 40 degrees at night. It was really cold. Thankfully, I had enough blankets in the car. I had to steal that blanket off my cooler one night. 2 nights actually. I had to use it here last night too. It's still cold even though the rain cleared up. The temperature dropped like 20 or 30 degrees. It was weird, man. And I'm actually kind of chilly right now making this video, but I'm not going to put on a hoodie, by gum. It's summertime. I refuse. It's June 13th today, and I'm in the Black Rock Desert of Nevada. I am not putting on a dang hoodie. Okay, here's something else interesting that happened on my trip. I went over to the old mobile gas station where I get my hats. You know how I always wear this mobile gas cap, and people sometimes think I'm sponsored by this place, which I'm not. I don't know, man. I'm a really vain person. I make no secret about that. And I'm just really weird about hats, man. Like, there's only certain hats I like the way they look on my head. And this is one of the only hats I found that I like the way it looks. Now, I'm very particular if you send me a hat. I only like the kind that are foam. You know, the old school foam and mesh trucker cap. So I've had a bunch of foam mesh trucker caps made with that say Wonderhussy on them. All kind of different fonts. There's a cool place in Vegas that'll make any crazy font you want. But I don't know, man. None of the ones I've had made there seemed like they really looked right. I found myself wearing this hat every single day. So I thought, oh gosh, I got to get a new one of these. It's getting real, you can see, it's getting kind of grungy on the inside. So since I was going to the burger barn in Bridgeport to get those asada fries anyways, well, I was going up US 395. And yes, I did stop at a hot spring just for a quick soak on the way up. Can't pass through that area without stopping to soak because, I mean, there's so many amazing hot springs in that area. Across the highway from Mammoth. If you've ever been to Mammoth Lakes, you know, you turn by that little green church and oh my God. Anyway, I thought I better go to this Wonderhussy Deli. It's a, if you don't know, it's a gas station on the corner of US 395 going up. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful drives I've ever done. Eastern Sierra, gorgeous drive. Well, then you come to the intersection with Tioga Pass, Highway 120 that goes through Yosemite, which, by the way, you have to have a reservation just to go over the pass now. I thought you just needed a reservation to go to Yosemite because it gets too crowded. No, even if you just want to pass through on Tioga Pass, which is a publicly funded highway that our tax dollars paid for, you have to have a reservation now because it's too crowded because all these friggin' people want to go to Yosemite. I get it, Yosemite's beautiful, but jeez. Anyway, this gas station is at that intersection. And it's known for having a really good deli. It's not just a deli, it's a full-on fancy restaurant. They call it the Wonderhussy Deli, and it's got all this crazy food. I don't usually eat there because I rather wait till I get a little further north to the burger barn. Could get them asada fries, they're so good. But I thought I'll stop off and get a new hat. So I went into the Quickie Mart, just a quick stop. I was on my way, headed north. I had places to be. I was already running late because I stopped at that hot spring. Okay, I'm just going to blow in, grab as many of this hat as I can, and leave. And they're about $20 each. So, you know, I was willing to drop like $100 if they had the one I wanted. But they didn't have navy blue. Okay, you might have noticed the one I always wear is navy blue colored. And to be honest, when I first bought this hat, I would have rather a black hat because I don't know, I always used to wear black ball caps. All my Wonderhussy caps are black. Like, I don't know, I feel like black just kind of matches everything. I'm always wearing these black Teva flip-flops. Best flip-flops ever. Black hat, black shoes. You know, your hat and shoes and bag are supposed to match, right, ladies? Well, so I would have preferred a black one to begin with. When I went into the Wonderhussy Deli this time, well, that's all they had. They had a black one, and so I thought, oh, okay, cool, I guess I'll get that. And then they had a two-tone, like, kind of teal and black. Okay, I guess it's kind of blue. And then they had this one that is the color blue I wanted, but has a gray front panel. So, I don't know. I thought, no, I really just wanted a solid navy one, and I looked through every single hat on the shelf. They didn't have any. I asked a woman there. She said, no, whatever they have out is all they have. So I had no choice. So I thought, okay, I'll get the black one because, you know, that's what I would have wanted in the first place anyway. And then I'll try this one since, you know, it's fun to wake things up a little bit. And then this one is pretty much the closest to what I have. And I tried wearing a couple of them in videos, but I just feel like they don't look right on me. I don't know, what do you think? I just feel like this looks slightly off. Huh? It's like when you see those knockoff Mickey Mouse drawings that aren't really done by Disney, and there's always something kind of off about him, like his eyes are too small or his nose is too small. Just doesn't look right. Ugh, I feel like this one's the worst of all. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. What do you think? I'm going to ask you, the viewers, what do you think about these new hats? Should I start wearing one of them? If I was going to wear any of them, well, it wouldn't be this one, man. I don't know. I want more of these. You can see, though, now that I took it off, how crusty it is. It's got makeup all over the front, and dust, and God knows what from climbing around all kind of abandoned buildings. This thing's probably infested with hantavirus. But I love this color. So the woman at the cash register told me there's a lady who makes the hats in-house, and she just makes whatever color she feels like. So if that lady happens to be watching this video, I'm telling you, I'm going to be passing back through Levining in mid-July, and I will buy every single navy blue hat you make, up to 5. I'll spend $100 on hats just because, well, I'm not gonna lie, I have a bunch of pairs of these sunglasses people have sent me, so I have extra pairs of these stashed away. I'd like to have extra hats stashed away too, so that way, you know, it's kind of like a cartoon character. Like I was talking about Mickey Mouse earlier. Mickey Mouse always has those same little red pants with the 2 white buttons. Or, you know, Shaggy on Scooby-Doo always wearing that same green V-neck t-shirt and bell-bottoms. Fred always got the smart ascot and the white sweater. You know, Velma and her orange dress. They all wear the same thing every time. Well, I want to be a cartoon character, and I want to wear the same thing every time, too. So please, whoa, Nelly Deli lady, make some more navy blue hats. Okay, I'm just going to try wearing this black one for the rest of today because I got to give old Beater a break. And I don't know, I feel like maybe it's just one of those things, like if I just wear this long enough, I'll eventually get used to the way it looks on me and I won't think it looks so weird. You tell me. Yay or nay? Vote in the comments below if you like teal, black, gray, or the OG all navy. I know which one I'm voting for. Ugh, apologies for the wind. It just got real windy, and hopefully it's not messing up the audio too bad. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to be gone for another few weeks. I know some people have sent me stuff to my mailing address and asked me if I've gotten it, and I haven't because I've been traveling. But my sister has been kind enough to pick up my mail for me, and she's holding all that for me at home. So when I get back from this trip, I'll open everything and send my thank you letters and all of that. So I do appreciate everyone who sent me something, and I will thank you when I get home. But I'm not going to be home for a few more weeks, and it sure does feel amazing. Quick little pan around where I camped last night. Beautiful, desolate valley. Oh, there just might happen to be some hot springs laying around somewhere. Just an amazing place to camp. I did make a video all about the hot springs, which will be coming eventually. Oh my gosh, I've shot so many videos on this trip. I think I've shot like 14 videos or something already. I've been to so many really interesting places. Hot springs, abandoned ranches, a plane crash, all kinds of crazy stuff. Cabins, you know, volunteer cabins, really neat old miners cabins, all kinds of cool stuff out there in this amazing, well, I was going to say state, but I've been to California, Oregon, and Nevada, so I'll just say all over this amazing country. The West Coast, West Side. Oh gosh, I feel like there was a couple other things I wanted to talk about. One other thing I wanted to mention is that spammer that was spamming people on my comment section is still active. So be careful. Again, I made that little video talking about it. If somebody asks you to message them on Telegram, it's not me. I don't even know what Telegram is. I mean, I do actually. I just don't use it. So it's not me. Don't fall for it. Like I said in that little video I made, if I ever answer a comment or reply to a comment, you'll know it's from me because it's in a big, bold typeface. And, well, there's no mistaking the original, okay? You know what I mean? There can only be one Wonderhussy. Besides that, I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, Oh, look, obsidian. Well, it's interesting because this ground is so white and soft and crumbly, and then for this black piece of obsidian to be in it, very unexpected. Must be a volcanic area. That would explain those hot springs. Yeah, look how white and powdery this ground is. It's actually amazing mud. Like over in the hot spring, I did a mud pack this morning, and it's totally different from the kind of clay mud at the hot spring I normally use back home. This was, well, it dried snow white. I mean, it looked like somebody had thrown a cream pie on my face. But then to get it off, all I had to do was kind of brush at it, and it just came crumbling off very soft. And then it left like, it just looked like I had really white face powder on. It was wild. I don't know if it really did anything for my skin, but it was fun to do. Anyway, I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my summer walkabout. I'm going to go home for a little bit after this, to check my mail and do a few things at home. I have to go to the doctor and a couple things. But after that, yeah, I'm planning to set off again for like another 4 or 5 weeks. I don't want to be at home. It's too hot down there right now, I mean, yeah, there's people there. Like my sister's there. We had a friend staying with us. I don't know. Yeah, you can just stay inside all day and go out in the evening, but I want to take advantage of this season for traveling. So yeah, I'll go home for probably about a week, 8-9 days, but then I'll be gone again, and then I'll come back from that second trip mid-August, because I have to get ready for Burning Man. That's right, they're having the Burning Man festival again. Finally, they took 2 years off for COVID, and now supposedly they're doing it again. So got to go back and get ready for that. I got to get my trailer ready. I got to get my costumes all fixed up, and I'm really looking forward. I haven't been to Burning Man for 2 years. It's going to be wild. Everybody's ready to blow, man. They want to blow off steam. It's going to be one of the wildest Burning Men of all time. And then after Burning Man, I'll probably go to my little favorite hot spring again that I always go to, kind of at the end of summer. Right around Labor Day weekend, I always go to this one hot spring in the Eastern Sierra, coincidentally right near the Burger Barn, so I'll be getting some of them asada fries again. But I always go to that hot spring right around Labor Day, and it's traditionally been kind of a melancholy thing for me, because that is such a beautiful hot spring, and it's in such a beautiful forest, and it's at elevation. So it's got aspen trees, and you know how aspen trees kind of start turning yellow around the edges in September, and well, one season is changing into the next, and it's just kind of a melancholy time of year for me in general, because my birthday is in September, and so I'm getting older. The leaves are all dying, like everything's dying. It's just kind of gloomy. But the cool thing about this year is I don't think I'm going to feel that way. Because this year, normally when I pack up to leave that hot spring, it's like, oh gosh, summer's over, all the adventures are over, back home to Vegas and my roommate, and it just wasn't that, I wasn't that emotionally invested in it. It wasn't that exciting. But now, this year, I am gonna actually look forward to going home, because, well, after Labor Day is when it's finally going to start cooling down in Death Valley. So then I can go back to the compound and resume working on my submarine, and resume working on that cow skull I want to paint, and all the little projects my sister and I have going on. It's going to feel good to go back home for the first time in many, many years. And that's something to look forward to. But I'm not trying to think about the end of the summer yet. No, sirree. We're right here at the very beginning of the summer. Matter of fact, it's not even really summer yet. The solstice is in 9 days. Oh my God, summer solstice. The days are still getting longer. Life and adventure are still ahead of me. So why would I be thinking about the end of all that now, when we're still at the beginning? If I had words to make a day for you, I'd sing you a morning golden and true. I would make this day last for all time, and sing you a night deep in moonshine. Remember that from the movie Babe? The farmer sings that song to Babe. I just think it's such a great song, and it really does perfectly express the way I feel. If I had words to sing a day for you, I'd wish every single one of you could have a day just like this day, and just like all the days I've had on this walkabout.